Hello and welcome to Flippin' Through the Internet's #1 Mad Magazine news, review, and interview channel. And today we are flipping live with none other than the founder, curator of Mad Cover Site and crackedcoversite.com, Doug Gilford. Before we get into that, please let me remind you to hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. That is the #1 way that you can support this YouTube channel and help it to continue to grow. It makes a difference, all right? It makes a difference, believe it or not, and I sure as heck appreciate it. If you want to support me in another way, if you want to support me in another way, patreon.com/flippinthrough, or become a channel member. Both of those links are down in the description. If you think this is worth anything more than a like, a subscribe, or a comment. These are the people I get to thank for their support today. Me Too Big, Dean Jones, Hutch, Ben Forsgren, Joey Gesso, Reflection of Perfection, Frank Snyder, Tom Richmond, David Strickler, Megan McInerney, Bobby Weigel, Cam Hayden, Rob Wilson, Rod Mead Sperry, Andrew Goldfarb, and Little Cozy Nostril. Thank you guys so much for your support, and I hope I can keep on earning it. Well, I'm going to bring him in right away, post-haste, ipso facto. Please, wait, do I have, I forget if they took away my sounds. They took away everything else, but not my sounds, hopefully. Welcome, Doug Gilford.
Oh, sorry.
You took Kyle's bit there.
Well, I was wanting to show this off.
The Family Man.
Covers in years.
What's that?
This is one of the best covers in years from Mark Fredrickson.
Yeah.
Number 46.
Number 46. How do you have that? What? Did that come in the mail?
Well, I have an inside track with the certain Susie.
Nice. That is excellent. Very cool. That is a real cool cover, and I do like it. Mark Fredrickson is like a great artist. Nobody can take that away from him, obviously. So take this criticism with a grain of salt. I got so tired of, Spider-Man or Alfred E. Neuman as Spider-Man, Alfred E. Neuman as fill in the blank. It's cool to see other things. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
This is, I think you just knocked it out of the park. Yeah, so you hadn't seen that issue at all yet?
No, I haven't. Oh, here's part of my problem is I started using, look at, I'll do the solo view. I started using this app that will, oh man, that's sick.
This is the Alfred family. You can see the Ned Flanders, early Walter White father mix.
Yeah.
You can see
Peg Bundy.
Peg Bundy. You can see Joe Dirt. You can see some sort of a goth, I don't know, Breakfast Club.
Yeah, who would that be?
So anyway, I love it.
That kid is from Problem Child, right? Isn't that the one with the bowl cut, Problem Child?
Yeah, something like that. Or I was thinking maybe even I can't remember his name from SNL when he played the Chris Farley when he played the some politician's son, and he was.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
He was, I don't know. Anyway.
All right. Well, we got a lot. I like to say hello to the people in the chat, and we got a lot of people. Shane's Hobby is here. Hello, Shane. How do you do? Sketchy Works is here. Harvey Esquire. No relation to Harry North Esquire. I've asked him that before. Sticks McFly. Hello, Sticks. How do you do? Honk Steady. What's up, Through Crew? I love that. The Through Crew. That sounds great. I'm a big fan of the Through Crew moniker. Oh yeah, wait. I thought we were flippers. We might be the Through Crew. I don't know. You guys will have to fight that out. Susie. I don't know if you know, but if Susie gets mentioned 3 times, she'll sometimes appear. We'll see, though. We'll see. Andrew Giuliani. I don't know what that means, but thank you. Thank you for tuning. Oh, hi, Doug. It's Raj. Hi. So
Hey,
that's a
hey,
pal of
Raj.
yours.
Yes.
Doug, we have a question, but we'll get to this because this is one of my questions, and it's getting to the. Whoops, sorry. All right, hold on. I just got distracted with this. SNL returned last night with a solid 5.75 out of 10 episode. Damn, that's damning with faint praise, I think is what they call that. So, Doug, I wanted to invite you on because you have long been, before I started the channel, I've known about you because I've known about madcoversite.com. And I had you on, you said 4 years ago it was, and that was the last time we had a formal conversation. So it's overdue that I have you back, but it has nothing to do with the website. It has to do with the state of your collection. Certainly, nobody is in the dark about this.
I really told everybody who cared to listen about it on Facebook and wherever else. I thought it was a big enough deal to publicize it because it doesn't happen every day.
No,
Somebody
it doesn't.
would get rid of an entire collection of Mad magazines, but so for anybody who doesn't know, back at the end of August, University of Oregon, I gifted them my collection of every single regular issue, all the paperback books, all the specials, all the annuals, all the big hardcover books and softcover books, even threw in a Mad board game. Not a lot of that kind of stuff, but anything that I had used to put Mad Cover Site together as far as all the information sources go, I found that in my own backyard in Eugene, Oregon, I don't live too far away, a couple hours, that they were willing to take it.
So what prompted this decision for you?
Well, it's kind of corresponding with this being also my 60th year in June when I turned 60. It may not seem that old, but I think the bigger elephant in the room is that I have 80-year-old parents who are both in memory care. And in the last 2 or 3 years, my brother and I literally had to kidnap them and put them into memory care. They were not willing participants in this change, and watched my parents degrade significantly. Mom more the Alzheimer's side, dad more dementia, and my grandmother, my dad's mother, died of Alzheimer's. So whether or not you want to say, well, that's going to happen to you too, I wanted to be in control of getting rid of, I shouldn't say getting rid of it, of finding a new home for the collection beyond eBay, or selling it piece by piece, whatever, or as a unit. I just thought that it was more worth study in an academic environment. I entertained some other schools. They were a lot farther away, and Eugene kind of popped up by accident after I did some more research. And but back to Alzheimer's and dementia and that kind of thing. I don't have a kid to or any other family members who'd be interested in it.
Yeah.
So there was that too. If it had been different circumstances there, I might have considered something beyond that. But I'm actually pretty cool with the idea of it sitting in a university for study.
Yeah. Well, first off, I'm sorry to hear about your your parents. I have some like personal experience with that. I was very close with my great aunt growing up, and when I was in high school, she had Alzheimer's. She was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, and I went through that whole process, and it's hellish. And yeah.
Yeah, I really don't know my parents any longer. It's really a very sad thing because it's like a very slow death.
Yeah.
You know, just watching them change in front of your eyes. And I've had a couple of years now to really sort through it all mentally. But when it was starting to happen and we were making the changes, it was rough. And it just the other thing that kind of coincided with turning 60 was I officially retired from my floor covering business. This year also. 2025 has been a remarkable year for me anyway. So I'm not looking for work right now. So it's kind of ironic. I've got more time than ever, and I'm not collecting mad anymore. I'm still working on the website though, so nothing's changed there.
Yeah. So like one of I did note. I remember before you announced the process to like look for a university. I remember on madcoversite.com popping up. You originally had that thought of like, maybe I'll give it to another fan.
Yeah.
And I could solicit letters in and then just pick somebody who could then like take on this collection.
Yeah, I believe I was going to have somebody write me an essay.
Yeah.
Write a. I wanted people to submit some sort of an actual printed reason for why they deserve the collection.
Yeah.
And that was kind of a stupid thing to do, really. I think, looking back on it, I didn't really think it through very well.
Yeah.
And I mean, what was I looking for there? I don't really know.
Yeah. Did you get anybody writing in?
I had at least a couple of people. Well, one person. I mean, most people were saying, "I'm going to write that essay. I'm going to do that, but are you still doing this?" They couldn't believe I was even doing them. Even try to get anybody to do it that way. And
did you have anybody reach out like, Doug, is everything okay?
Yes, I have had that over the years, but at that time, I think people were wondering about my health.
Yeah.
Are you going to die? Well,
I had thought about it. I remember messaging Kyle Bridget, and I was like, I played with the idea of maybe doing it, and then I was like, what the hell am I going to do with all of that stuff? I was like, I can hardly handle all of the stuff that I already have. I can't take on more.
Right. Well, I think it would have been good. What I pictured it, I guess, in my thought process was, if somebody had, if they knew about the magazine, but if they just didn't have a large collection, and they did have kids that they could share it with down the road, this was my fantasy. That'd be a really great use to it. It can continue on and be loved by somebody.
Yeah.
So I withdrew that whole idea, and people forgot that I even did it, except you. And then the whole university idea came up. I was actually looking for more local libraries in my town.
Yeah.
In different county libraries, I was looking for somewhere really close. One local library. We don't have the space for such a thing. They're not interested. That was mostly what it was.
Yeah.
When I started looking out further in the country, I even tried the Smithsonian Institution. Said, "Oh, we've already got that."
Yeah.
And a lot of times places like in New York universities, they have managed to maybe get it in bits and pieces and then accumulate the whole thing, I think. And maybe they didn't have all the sundry paperbacks and all the extra stuff, but they at least had a full collection of the regular issues.
Yeah.
And So they weren't interested in a lot of these places. They already had them. The only two schools, one was Bowling Green. I don't even know where that's at.
I've never even heard of it.
It's a bigger school, really. And I apologize to anybody who knows the Bowling Green. They were very interested. And I've forgotten the other one. It was in the Boston area, I believe.
Yeah.
And just way too far away to drive a collection to.
Yeah. The thing you brought up is like a few times is like having kids. Like you don't have children. You don't have to pass down to somebody. Maybe if you could have given it to somebody, they would have kids. The bummer is that a lot of times what your kids like is not at all what you like.
Very true. They wouldn't see the value in it. I mean, this sort of gets off topic slightly, but there's a whole bunch of 20-somethings and younger who don't even know what Mad Magazine is. And they come from a completely different world of entertainment or things that entertain them. Paper magazines? What are you talking about? Why would I want boxes and boxes of magazines? So I imagine the kids might initially like something because Dad did. Yeah. But then talk to me in another 20 years.
That's the stage my kids are at. They enjoy. I have like extra paperbacks, and so I like let them use those and read through those. But it's like I just turned 40 in May, and so like you, I'm like sort of thinking through certain things, and it's like I've decided to like get rid of. I've moved like twice now in the past like 3 years, and there's stuff that I moved that was like I've moved twice. But all through that time, I didn't think about it. I didn't look at it. Didn't take it out of the box. It's like I need to start getting rid of some of this stuff. Like, I realized that a lot of my possessions were just sort of kind of an albatross, and it's like I was just tired of taking care of them.
Well, my wife and I are definitely we never were real big accumulators. It was the Mad thing. Was really about the only thing that I filled the shelves with, and I just don't have a lot of toys, in the way of lots of cars and motorized vehicles of one form or another. I just never, it just wasn't. It's if anything, I'm on a new continuing trend of downsizing.
Yeah,
and not accumulating.
Real quick. Well, no, I want to ask this one first. How did it feel that day that you went and handed your things over and then left the college?
You'd think oh my God, what have I done? And there was nothing like that at all. I think I had been prepping myself for so long, getting ready for it. There've been a couple years in the making with them.
Yeah.
And then finally arriving at a day, I finally had to, at a certain point, they're like any big organization, corporate or otherwise, university. There's just so many parts and pieces to these things. They weren't really tracking receiving a collection like this because they're so busy otherwise with other things, So I almost had to say, I remember we talked about this, right? And oh yeah, we're on it, and then finding the perfect time of the year to do it, before school started up again.
Yeah.
There were all these parts and pieces, and so it just became kind of a mechanical thing. And one thing I'll mention, I don't know if you knew this or not, but Bradford Smith helped me out.
Oh, really?
Yes, he. There's going to be a video eventually, because he wanted to. But when I started talking to, I think he's on Blue Sky. We got off the Twitter when I started promoting I was doing this on Blue Sky. He chatted with me, said, hey, would you mind if I just kind of hung out and met you at the school? Because he lives in Eugene. He lives,
Oh, okay.
he's like in that same university town there, just very close, within
Yeah.
a couple of miles, really. And I said, well, Bradford, I was really, because he has a film and TV background. Would you be interested in actually shooting a video? And he was. He really.
Yeah.
So he's actually came up to my house, up in the Portland area, spent the night, and shot me loading my car up. And you saw the big new picture of me laying I have all the mads on the. That's the new updated 2025 picture. He shot me sorting through and getting those all organized. He went down to Eugene. We both went in and handed it off together. And so having him document that was just another piece of the whole puzzle, I guess, that made it a little easier to swallow.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's your answer about like having prepared for it for so long. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a lot of stuff. A lot of the things that I eventually do, I've thought about quite a bit, and I've sort of like pondered on it. So it's like when it comes time to do it, it's like, yeah, I'm ready. And I mean, that's like part of it. It to me, when you decided, like when you were like, yes, I'm getting rid of it. Also, that kind of made sense to me. Just being, having kids and knowing like, I don't want my kids to deal with this stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going to either leave a note that just says like, this is worth something, bring to a reputable dealer, and sell this at a garage sale.
Yeah.
And,
well, with my situation with my parents, my brother and I having to go through this cleanup of their house. Their house is up for sale right now.
yeah.
Yeah, that was my kid going, yeah, that's exactly right. It's hey, stop. Asshole, excuse me. The going through the process of unloading their stuff that they never took the time and should have taken the time to sort themselves and get out of there themselves before their illness hit. It's easy in retrospect to say that now.
Yeah.
I wanted to be completely on the other side of that. I'm going to get rid of my stuff and not have anybody, burdened by anything that I have, including my house. I'm going to get out of my house before this is my thought anyway, before I lose my mind, if I lose my mind.
Yeah.
And I'll mention it. It's kind of a weird thing to say, but there's a little bit of an age difference between myself and my wife.
Mm-hmm.
She just turned 74.
Yeah.
So there's that whole set of things. I'm 60, she's 74, and my folks were into their later 70s when all this disaster happened to them. And not that my wife is going to have any of that befall her, but I have to think like at least our average age, in our mid 60s somewhere. So,
Yeah.
I don't know if I answered that or not, but anyway.
Yeah, I think you did. Well, I forget what I even asked. But so here's a question that Doug had, and this is like a little. I was curious about this too. Aside from the issue 46, is there anything in your collection that you did keep?
Well, here's the deal. They did not want duplicates. So I have a certain amount of extras just based on duplicates. The space is a premium on their shelves.
Yeah.
So anything that I had multiples of, like I bought 3. I'm not sure why, But I got them for a good price. 3 sets of the Al Jaffee fold-in complete sets. You know, there's four volume sets.
Yeah,
They're still in plastic. That I may turn around and sell one of these days. You know, I've got a number of magazines that are just duplicates. Just things like that, you know. I've got a couple of pieces of original art, things that they wouldn't be interested in, and so there's that. I've got Alfred E. Neuman figurines and toys and things that I don't know what to do with.
Yeah,
I've got the original bus from when they were on sale back in the 50s. You know,
cool.
Some of those porcelain bus.
You know what? How is yours in good shape? Because like I've seen some. Because what I think would be so cool is I've seen some online that are just like they look almost like worn down. But
let me grab one.
All right, cool.
Oh crap! Let's see here.
I'm going to go to the chat as we wait. Pat, do they keep running you out of town? Oh, here we go. Oh,
so here's the 2 different sizes.
Yeah.
Hey, if you guys could just bear with me 1 second here. I've got the mountain. I live with a Mount Hood view.
Yeah.
The big moon is going right over the mountain right now.
All right.
So I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'll just make you disappear for now. All right. So, hey, if you are not small bust, big bust, if you are not already, have you not already done so, please remember, hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below if you're enjoying this interview with Dougie G, the purveyor of crackedcoversite.com. Ironically, the #1 Mad Magazine cover site. I don't know how that works. Anyway, guys, what are your thoughts? Do you have any? If you have any questions, if we have time at the end of this interview, what we're going to be doing is opening up the phone lines, and you can take. Doug will take your questions. Here's the thing, though. If you call in, you cannot stay on the line for your question because you won't be able to hear what Doug says. I haven't figured that part out yet, so yeah, just keep that in mind. If you have a question for Doug, you could call in, and that's my favorite thing because it makes me feel like I'm running an AM talk radio show, which is all I've ever really wanted in this life. Oh damn, dude, that's your view? That's where you live?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Look at that! Look at that!
That's unbelievable.
That's a harvest moon, almost. I think.
Yeah. Holy smokes!
Yeah. Sorry, I had to step away for that.
That's understandable. So the bus. This is my thing about the bus. I always thought it'd be cool because I think it'd be cool if, like, to get one of those and then create silicone molds of them and then just like make them. I don't think that's illegal, right? Like, what are they going to do?
I don't know why that would be illegal. These are like
you can't buy them.
You can't.
Yeah.
Well, this is really awful.
Yeah.
Turn off the light.
Here, I'll do. Yeah, those are great. Yeah, you know what's funny is I always assumed that that's in beautiful condition. That's important, having a little label.
Yeah. Anyway.
Dang. I always assumed your collection was like everything. I thought you were like a Tim Johnson.
Oh no. Oh, no.
Yeah, you were just interested in the magazines and like the paper products primarily.
Yeah. I'm not sure why I even got those Alfred busts, but you just get onto a tangent sometimes. But no, I was never after all that stuff. I'm really glad Tim, allowed me to help him put the catalogs together. I just wanted to help him out there, but I also for for kind of a selfish reason, wanted to have another avenue within the site to actually appreciate some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't something I was a real pro at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Here's another question. If you have duplicate magazines, I'm trying to fill out my collection, and my under 100, I have a lot of gaps. So maybe we can exchange some emails, and I'd be more than happy to.
I don't want to blow it for you, but I don't have an awful lot of older duplicates, but I'd be happy to look for you.
Yeah, well, I would pay for anything happily, and here's a question I also had. What condition was your collection in? Like,
I would say that anything above, let's say, in kind of rounder numbers, the high 180. I think anything from that point onward was mint.
oh, okay, yeah,
Because these were ones that I bought as a kid.
yeah,
So I kept them in pretty good shape. And anything older than that, they were very collectible. I wouldn't go as far as saying they were mint, but they were definitely in the very good range.
Yeah.
Maybe approaching fine. Is that going the right direction?
I can't remember.
Well, I have to look it up. But the thing for me was I wanted them all complete.
Yeah.
There were no missing pages, no clipped ads. All the covers were attached. Nothing falling apart. That was kind of important to me, and they needed to be completely scannable.
Yeah.
Because everything on my site, at least in the regular issues anyway, were all my own scans.
Okay. Yeah, that's one of the things like I found very hard. I like to okay. Well, first off, do you see this question or this comment? You kept a Dave Berg mug. Is this slander or is this true?
He kept a Dave Berg mug. The only mug I know of is
that one. David Strickler. You can't be spreading fake news. I think he was just trying to rile me up.
Here we go. Good. Good, very good, fine, very fine, you're mid. Okay, so I know I had a lot of fine. Fine was probably the average of things that were 200 and lower, I'll say.
Yeah. Yeah, I have.
I know why he's doing this, because you're such a Dave Berg fan.
Yeah, yeah. It's the lighter side of flipping through. That's what it is. That's like one of the frustrating things. When I'm like finding issues, I know I can go on eBay and like buy stuff. Ideally, though, it's like I'm out in an antique shop or a comic shop and I find them in the wild. The problem is that like especially antique shops, I've gotten a lot where it's just like the cover is totally detached and it's like such a bummer. But I have the issue, so it's like I get it, and hope to stumble upon a better one later.
Well, oftentimes if I was lucky enough to find something that was a decent cover, then the contents were pretty good too. Usually worked out that way. So
yeah,
I just had to have something good for scanning. It just all became about the site.
Yeah. Okay. How about this? Where do you stand on fold-ins? Do you fold your fold-ins?
I don't fold them any longer, or didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't do any of the new issue fold-ins at all. Never did. No, I never would fold an old one if I could find it unfolded.
Yeah. It's degenerate behavior to fold a fold-in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It also, I think the Overstreet guide says you automatically lose value if you do that too. If that's important, if that's important to you,
yeah,
you just knocked it down a notch or two. by doing that.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I had when Al Jaffee passed away, I took this is degenerate behavior. I took that very first fold in. I had that issue, and it was unfolded, and on a live stream I folded it in because I thought
on the very first issue, his first fold-in issue.
Yeah, his first fold-in.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. That's rough.
You know what? Here's the thing, though. I decided to honor him. I'm going to depart from my normal MO, which is to never fold. I even have I have this little piece of cardboard that I use. Yeah. Never fold, but it's like, to honor him, I should fold it. I should fold the first fold in.
Well, I've gotten into the habit of just taking the issue and just kind of moderately folding it in such a way, that I can kind of look down through it.
Yeah, that's the non-committal fold, we call that.
Yeah, the non-committal fold where I just kind of line it up.
Yeah.
It's like when they used to sell at the grocery store. Also, I'd make sure I never followed somebody with produce.
Yeah.
I didn't want wet spots all over my pristine mad. So I'd always find a way to check it out myself, or if they didn't have it, I'd make sure that I was over the top that way, making sure everything was perfect.
Yeah. That's cool. Well, and I mean, here's the thing this is what's so great about your collection going to a museum. One, because your collection is unique in that it's connected to your website. And two, it's also, I think it is a benefit to have it at a place where it can be accessed by people who are, maybe they're in media studies, maybe they're studying cartooning or some shit.
Yeah.
To be able to access it in a formal way and to have it preserved, I think that's such a great thing. I think it's a tremendous gift that you've given to them.
I wanted to show you. I know that you went to my page.
Yeah.
When you were, let me see if I can share this with you. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, so you saw this thing.
Yes.
Okay, and you saw the handoff and all that. Well, up at the very top is this whole logo thing, which is the University of Oregon.
Yeah.
If anybody goes there, you can actually click on this. That takes you to their site, where they now list me. The Doug Gilford collection of Mad magazines.
Yeah.
And it shows how it's all organized at the University of Oregon.
Cool. This is fairly new because I think my last live stream this wasn't up, was it?
Well, I don't think anybody really put two and two together that they could click through to get to it.
Okay. Yeah,
I
maybe it was
a very
that.
good job and I still haven't done a very good job of telling people about that. But it's interesting, the descriptions and things. They kind of use what I wrote there. And anyway, it turned out that there were, let's see, 20, yeah. Can you read that? 31.5 lineal feet, 21 containers.
Yeah.
20 record storage boxes and one flat box. So they just talk about how they preserved it and what it all contained and how people can come and take a look at it if they apply to do that. So it doesn't sit there just waiting for for somebody to come in and look at it. You have to actually you have to actually be a student, a researcher, whatever else, and you have to have a good reason for it. So
yeah. Which that's a good thing. It's like when you're talking about like just trying to find a local library for it, I was like,
yeah, right. Yeah, it would have been ruined.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Dougie G, what do you say about playing a little game with us?
Okay, what's that all about?
All right. I'm glad that you asked. Hold on one moment. Oh, the button didn't fucking work. Ah, bless it. Nothing ever works when I want it to. Welcome once again to YouTube's favorite game show, Schmuck, Marry, Kill. Flippin Through and its affiliates do not recommend or condone the schmucking, marrying, or killing of anyone. This is the internet's favorite game, Schmuck, Marry, Kill. Quiz games are Pat's thing. This is not a quiz game. I did not have time to prepare a quiz game, so do not worry, Doug. There will be no pressure in this. This is an opinion game, not facts.
Okay.
This is an opinion-based game. This is a game called Schmuck, Marry, Kill. It's based off of the classic playground game.
I don't know it.
Well, it's a family show, so I can't say it, but it's like the F word, marry, kill.
That was a game and the people played?
Well, it's like a playground game, you know. Like you say to your pals, you say, "Hey, listen, here's your choices," and then So I might say it's your choices are Little Cozy Nostril, Clown Nookie, or Sticks McFly, and you have to choose which of those you'll fornicate with, who you would marry, and who you would murder.
Your generation, I'll tell you.
My generation can't take credit for this. Hold on, I gotta zoom in on. Oh no, wait. How do I do full screen? Anyway, this will have to be good enough. This schmuck is not analogous to the more sexually charged version of this game. I had to hit present. That's how I do it. Schmuck has just no meaning whatsoever, except in I guess Who is the Schmuck by Mad Magazine standards.
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll be given 3 people to choose from, and all of whom worked at Mad Magazine in different capacities, and you have to decide who schmuck, who you marry, and who you kill.
Okay.
This game was first brought with Bill Ray. Bill Ray did a fantastic job. I did change some of these because some of them were specifically for Bill Ray. But do you have any other questions? Do you have? So
you're going to throw something up, and I have to just pick one of the 3.
Yes.
That's my opinion. Okay. All right.
All right. So your first 3 are from the editors of Mad: Harvey Kurtzman, Al Feldstein, or I almost said Jim Morrison, Bill Morrison. So who among these? Whom would you like to schmuck? Whom would you like to marry? And who would you like to kill?
Ooh, that kill is so awful. I don't want to kill any of them.
I don't overthink it. You don't. I would. No.
Okay. I'll call Bill Morrison the schmuck.
All right.
And
high praise.
And no, so that's the high praise. Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know.
But killing would be the real low praise. Okay. I'll kill Bill. I'm sorry. I'm gonna kill Bill.
Yeah. Oh, you kill Bill.
I got that wrong. I'll kill Bill.
Okay.
I would say that Harvey's the schmuck, and I'll marry Al.
You'll marry Al. Do you want to explain any of those? I'm most curious about why marry Al Feldstein.
Well, I think that just because he was the leader of it all, while I was the most interested as a young person in the magazine.
Yeah.
He was the editor at the time and had the longevity. And although I respect the other 2 guys highly, I think that Al was really the guy who made Mad what it was.
Yeah.
What it became.
I agree with that. First off, I'm very easily swayed, but I absolutely agree with that. I think, Harvey, he's a stud, right? He comes in, creates the comic, blows the doors off the industry, turns it into a magazine, loses it. But Feldstein takes that format and really just, it
totally ran with it, and he was. Turns out he was not really well liked by a lot of folks who worked with him. He was just such a taskmaster, hard to bend. He was so rigid. Just look at how he did 3 decades worth of the contents page the same way.
Yeah.
Nothing ever changed with him. And so he just didn't bend. There was no, and then Harvey's probably the other extreme, because it started out looking the same, and then that just got so experimental, so much fun watching that comic book change over the years. In the few issues. And then Bill would have liked to seen him go on longer, and still there today, really. I wish it had worked out differently.
Yeah, that was it was wasted potential. He's not wasted potential. Mad had the potential to use him to create, reinvent themselves totally. He helped them reinvent it, but it's...
We'll really never know what the potential was. It had to start out somewhere, and maybe it would have changed into something that the fan base would just be loving right now after this many years, if it hadn't gone the direction that it went.
Yeah.
And thank goodness not Morrison. Yeah, well, hard to say.
I accidentally clicked on that one. I did want to actually add this. They're all already dead. Just again, David Strickler coming out here. Bill Morrison, as far as I know, is alive and well.
Yeah.
So David's coming hard today.
That was a pretty controversial one. We should skip past this one.
All right, here, you ready for the next one?
Yes.
All right, the next one is art directors. Sam Viviano.
Oh, you're killing
Lenny
me.
Brenner as Susie Splabb, Schmuck, Marry, Kill. Doug, the purpose of this game is for it to be a difficult choice.
Oh, I would marry Sam. I'd say Susie's a schmuck.
Yeah.
And as much as I hate to say it, I'd kill Lenny.
No! All right, why do you marry Sam Viviano?
He, from day one, as far as I know, he just was such a supporter of everything I was doing. He was I think he was like a go-between to the rest of the staff with me, and really got me in the door, I think, with their acceptance of me, with Mad Cover Site being utilized within the office walls there. He just was a champion, a total champion. Susie is great right now with what she is tasked with doing. I don't know how she can do it.
I don't either.
It blows me away with what she has to do. And Lenny, it's just, there's no other letter, so I had to go with the K. I love Lenny. I got a chance to meet him.
Oh, you did?
For the interview for this, when we went Mad.
Oh, wow.
He was fantastic.
He's deceased now, surely.
Yes, he is. But
yeah. Gosh.
He was great.
Yeah. I have to see that movie. I'm glad you're actually, I'm going to put you full screen. When we went Mad, the unauthorized story of Mad Magazine.
Alan Bernstein did very well.
Yeah. Is that on streaming yet?
It's on streaming. It's on DVD.
All right. I gotta do that. I'm glad. I'm so glad that he got that finished product out. It's awesome. Oh, hold on. Oh, nice.
Yes. View it, people.
Yeah. I should put a link to that. You know what's funny? Did you watch if you didn't watch the Bill Ray interview that I did, I put this one up, and his response just killed me. He goes, well, I don't know the other two, but I'd kill Sam Viviano.
Yeah, that sounds like something Bill would say.
Bill was like, you know that saying, never meet your heroes? No, man. Meet your heroes. Seek them out. Especially if your hero is Bill Ray, because he will not disappoint. All right, so our next one, artists. We have Jack Davis, the sweetheart of the South, Norman Mingo, and John Severin.
Oh, that's really.
Now I was going to be extra mean and put Tom Richmond on here, but I thought.
I did not. Okay, well, I will say that. Yeah, there you go. Mingo would be the schmuck. I'd marry Jack Davis, and then I'd kill Severin.
You have some Harvey Kurtzman blood in you. You're killing Severin. You're getting him out of there.
But see, kill is such a harsh word. Nothing against this.
I know, that's what makes the game fun.
Okay, yeah, that's just so fun. Killing your heroes.
It's a place of honor. Also, instead of Severin, Wood. I removed Wood to put Mingo, because I have a question. You have a cat named Mingo, right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
yes.
That was my inspiration.
Well, yes. If he comes around, he's a Mingo Junior. Many years ago, I had another cat named Mingo.
Yeah.
It would have been up on my lap right now, but this one's a little scared. So.
Yeah, a little scaredy cat. Did Jack do the whole spray tan thing? Maybe. Possibly. I think this is... Wait, how many have we done so far? We've done 3. I think this next one is our final one.
Okay.
Writers. We have Dickie D. We have Frank Jacobs. And we have Desmond Devlin.
How could you do this to me? Well, I have no rationale but to say that Frank Jacobs, he's not with us any longer, so I'll kill him.
Okay.
The other 2 are alive. So I would marry Dick, but he's already married. No, I'll marry Dick, and then Desmond is the schmuck.
Desmond is the schmuck.
Yeah, but
I think Dickie D. I think you made the right choices.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Frank can't get back at me, so I feel safe.
No. He understands. I think he understands.
That was really, really dumb.
Well, it is a dumb game, but thank you for playing along. I appreciate it. Dickie D and his man Speedo.
Yeah.
Well, I think every Speedo is a man Speedo.
He's a mad Speedo, yeah.
Oh, and a mad Speedo, sorry.
Not a man Speedo.
Yeah. There is a picture, I think, of Dickie D in a Speedo, right?
Oh, yes. There's probably been quite a few.
Yeah. That's, there you go. All right. Hey, we have some more time. We're approaching an hour. I don't want to take up all of your evening, but what do you say? I'm going to open up the phone lines if anybody wants to call in, and we can continue jaw-jacking for a little bit longer. So if you want to call in, the number is 507-479-1795.
Hey, how many viewers do you have? Do you know?
Right now?
Yeah.
14.
I thought there'd be more because I promoted the hell out of this on Facebook. I didn't tell you this.
Well, I make a lot of enemies. It's the Through Crew is made up of only people who can stomach me. But only 9 like it. Only 9 people have liked this. Goodness gracious. Please make sure that you hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. That is very, very helpful. The link didn't show up on YouTube. What link did? Oh, is that Mingo?
This is Mingo.
Look at those peepers.
This is Mingo.
Holy smokes. I locked my cat out of this door. I just got a new cat.
Okay. All right. And we have another one running around named Buster.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Hold on. I have to. Hello, caller. What is your name?
Hey, Patrick. It's Sticks McFly.
Sticks McFly. Doug, can you hear him?
I can hear him.
Okay, very good. Sticks, what's on your mind?
Hey, so I had to call in because I had to make it all about me, and wanted to give you an update first on me lately. But I did the Tim Johnson auction last month, and I got some cool stuff, like 4 editors' copies of issues, and 2 of them were those collector's series specials with the number stamped in the upper right corner.
Oh yeah.
And these ones aren't stamped.
Those are super specials, right?
Says, yeah, they were specials.
Okay.
So when it says one in a limited series of 900,000 or whatever, it's actually 900,001. Just so you know. And I also got a ridiculously expensive Mad in the auction. I got it cheap, and it doesn't have any of the inserts.
Oh, it didn't?
But it's funny, we were talking about library books earlier, and it's a library book that says in the inside cover that it's not, I forget exactly how it says it, and I don't know where I put it right now, but it says you can't remove it from the library, and it's only, you can only read the book within, the presence of the librarian. He put his name in it, and I thought that was funny. That's an interesting way to do it, to have a Mad book in an actual library. So anyway, and I got a whole bunch of issues at the last swap meet I went to, and that's about it. But my question for Doug, to get to it,
yes,
not to cut you off, but I'm sure you're waiting for that. I had this question last week. I was just thinking, before I even knew that Doug was going to be on today, I was wondering if there's a way to figure out what the most reprinted piece in the magazine was, how many times it's been reprinted, because I've been trying to track how many times Star Wars, the original Star Wars parody was reprinted.
Hold on,
and
Doug,
I think
he
I
can't
have
hear you.
all those issues there. Well, right, that's my question though. So if I'm done, I'm done.
All right, cool. Thank you, Sticks McFly, for calling in.
Yeah, I think Star Wars is the one, and you could do a. Let me try something here. If I can go to my site, share screen. I'll just show you what's on my thought process here. Okay. If you go to if you go to search down here on the front page, or up here, there's a search on that bar. If you go to search, if you type in, I don't know if you'll be able to see it.
Oh yeah, we can see it.
Can you see that?
Yep.
Okay, so this should list, not in any particular order, unfortunately, but it should list every time that came up on my site's pages. Now, this would include contributors, with Harry North.
Yeah.
And, you have to be a little careful in how you do the search because I can't remember what the sequels were called.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if they were Star Wars, The Empire, like I see something down there, Star Wars Spectacular one. That's not going to be quite as accurate, but at least you'd have a tool to go through and, write down instances where you knew it was the original Star Wars. If you felt inclined to do that, I don't have a listing of where everything showed up, but that would be one way you could do it.
Here, David Strickler has a question. He refuses to call in despite me saying how important it is to me because I want to be on an AM radio show. He says, question for Doug, how many of the idiots have you met, and do you have any good stories?
Well, when I was working on When We Went Mad in the earliest days of meeting all the people for interviews, I'm going to say that I probably met at least, along with all the staff at the offices in New York, Mort Drucker in his living room. About the only people, let me put it this way, about the only people I haven't met, never got to meet Jack Davis, and I've never met Sergio. Just about everybody else I've met, some of the old timers who were around in the early 2000s.
It surprises me that you haven't met Sergio.
Yeah. He's one to really stay home in Ojai, in California.
Okay. Yeah.
And he would go to the Comic Cons, but then COVID happened, and I think it really freaked him out, and it stopped all that kind of stuff. He wouldn't go to those, and so he definitely doesn't travel. And my goodness, the guy is 80 something now, right?
Yeah.
But no, I think Alan early on, before I got involved with some of those interviews, met him at one of the Comic Cons or something that was happening closer to Alan in Michigan.
Yeah.
And he was a little tougher one to actually pin down and get a hold of unless you were on the West Coast.
Oh, okay.
And going to Comic Cons.
Huh.
But as far as a good story, I think Al Jaffee, we interviewed a lot of folks on the 4th floor of the Society of Illustrators. That place did not have an elevator. This old building right in Manhattan. And Al was walking distance from the place, and he's in his 90s at that point.
Yeah.
He climbs 4 flights of stairs to get up to be interviewed. And I think my wife helped him up the stairs and then helped him down the stairs. And then he walked home.
Yeah.
And he was just so great and had this baritone voice, this low voice. It was such a treat to meet him. And I loved going out to Long Island and meeting Mort Drucker and his wife in his living room, setting up in his living room, moving his furniture out of the way and doing the video out there in his living room. And having to go down into his basement and find a chair for him to sit on, and I'm following him down to his house. He's just this regular guy, It's being interviewed today. So
yeah, just like a regular guy who's like done caricatures, like some of the greatest, basically reinvented that art form and defined it. That was for years to come.
That was what was really, really odd, was meeting these people and become friends with Dick DiBartolo, on another level. He just has we'll have phone calls and talk about things, and it was that way with Frank Jacobs for a while too. Just
Yeah.
a lot of personal stuff over the years, and getting to know Sam Viviano, just really have some very fond memories of all these guys.
Yeah. Very cool. Hey, Speaking Giraffe asks, who was E. Solomon Rosenblum? He co-wrote my favorite Don Martin book, Don Martin Bounces Back. But what else did he work on? I've been unable to find any info on him beyond the 2 to 3 mad Don Martin works.
I don't have an answer for that one. I don't think it was a pseudonym. I think it's an actual guy. Somebody's going to need to correct me if I'm wrong on that one.
You know, it's like, it reminds me of like Max Brandel. You know, you try to find information on Max Brandel. It's like nothing. You can't find anything.
Okay.
And he's an amazing. I love Max Brandel. Here we have another phone call coming in. I like to do this little symbol. Hello, caller. You are on the air. What is your name?
What is your name?
Oh, hi. This is Honk Steady, a long-time listener, second-time caller.
Honk Steady, great to hear from you. What is your question?
Yeah, sorry to hear about your folks. And Mad Cover Site has been a great resource to me, but I'd like to rewind. What I'd like to know, Doug, is like how you first got into Mad. Like, what was your first magazine, and what hooked you? And also, when did you commit to being like a completist, like where you had to have everything? Great show, Pat. I'll hang up now and listen to my answer over the air.
All right. Thanks so much, Honk Steady. Have a good one. Yeah. So.
Well, the first issue I remember, I tell this story a lot, was a Godfather issue, I believe 155.
Okay.
Godfather cover. And that would have been around 1972, if I recall. I would have been a 7-year-old, and I think a babysitter brought it over. She stole it from her older brother and brought it along. And yeah, and I don't really remember keeping the issue, but I remember her bringing it along, and I kind of paged through it, and there may have been some things in it that I remembered.
Oh, Christ.
Welcome once again to YouTube's favorite game show.
No.
Schmuck.
Schmuck.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. So that's an issue that I remember as a kid. I think 3 or 4 years later, I might have started getting the idea that I wanted to accumulate these things, and I got a subscription probably, and then I started looking around the Portland, Oregon comic book stores that I called Mad stores, and picking up issues really cheap. I mean, there were times when back in the late 70s, you could spend 25 cents, 50 cents for a whole issue, an older issue. I'm talking about ones probably in the the 40s or 50s.
Man.
You can really not spend a lot of money. And then as I became a teenager, in a later teenager, probably around 1980-ish, I started going to the comic book shows that would come into town, and it's when I probably picked up my comic books. I remember spending $300 for number one, and everything was less than that at that time.
Yeah.
And between Portland and Seattle, I was able to find a complete run. But it's a kind of a good question on the completist aspect. I would say I wanted to have all the regular issues up to that point, and I did. But then in the early 90s, I was doing other things besides collecting, really. I was buying issues as they come out, but I didn't have all the paperbacks. I didn't have all the specials. I didn't have all that. And then this funny thing called the internet happened.
Yeah.
In 1997, Mad Cover Site starts, and that whole story. Well, the site made me a completist because I expanded it to want to include the paperbacks and the specials, and I started buying all those again, and it all became for the benefit of the site.
Yeah.
And that's it. As simple as that. I had a built-in reason to have every issue.
Yeah. Okay, so you got the newest issue, right?
Yes.
What are you going to do with it after you read it?
I thought that what I would do is I'll keep a stack of these things as they come out. And then if they ever invite me down to Eugene again, I'll bring them along and say, here, add these to the pile.
All right. Yeah. That's good. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want it?
No, I gotta know what I have to do. I've been buying it for my comic shop. I need to just get a subscription and just start doing that again. But I'm just I never think of it until I'm talking to somebody about getting a subscription. What do you think of this advice from Clown Nookie?
Start your collection. I've had people tell me I should do that, and I think Grant Geisman on Facebook, he said he had gotten rid of all of his issues at one point. No, what did he do? I think he needs to correct me, and I apologize if I'm wrong, but I think he said that he had actually gotten rid of his issues, and then he started up again and never stopped. And I can't really see myself doing that. Just knowing that my collection exists out there, if I talk to the right people, I could go look at it. I could go be in the presence of it if that was that necessary for me.
Yeah.
I know it's not something that I'm not real. I don't feel disconnected from it.
Yeah.
Even though it's not in my house anymore.
We chatted a little bit before, and what came up is that outlook of just not really being able to kind of relate to or kind of empathize with that mindset of truly being done with something.
Right.
And I've been done with things, and things that I have felt very passionately about, and it's just now it is time for me to move on from this. Mm-hmm. And when you do make that decision, it's not something that you really kind of play with going back to. It's yeah. I don't know if you've had that experience, but
it's a weird thing because the website is still going strong.
Yeah.
So my situation is a little bit different. I feel like I can still be in the community, obviously, and add issues and still have opinions about things because I'm so into all the data of it.
Yeah.
And the physical magazines, I don't really have to have the physical magazines to be able to do that. Everything has gone so digital.
Yeah.
And I have it's no secret, I'm sure. Anytime I put something online, a lot of times it might come off of these guys.
Oh, yeah.
The crazy thing is, he's never worked for Macs.
Yeah.
So it was all, and I've never been a Mac person. I've always been Windows based. I can still run these on my Windows machine, and they're the issues all the way from my number one to 1997, I believe.
What's the resolution of those?
Okay for the web. They're passable for the web. They're a really good information source. They even have all the specials and the inserts. I think I want to say that some of the people that we know in the community contributed their collection to Broderbund was the name of the outfit that DC hired to, or Mad hired to do that.
Yeah.
And I think that they partnered with one of our longtime collectors, and I've forgotten his name. I've had it complete. It'll come to me as we're talking, hopefully.
Yeah.
But
now this is an interesting discussion. Can one be done with a collection and still be a fan? Or when is it time to get rid of a collection? How does that work? This is Darren Folds. Also, he has a channel, GrewTube. He's a big Sergio guy.
Well, for me personally, I think everybody's going to have their own story. But you've already, if you've been watching, you know my story was, I'm a control freak.
Yeah.
And what I mean by that is I don't want to be some 80-year-old guy wishing I had done what I've done now at 60, getting this collection into the hands of the University of Oregon. I don't want any regrets.
Yeah.
With that going that way. Everybody's going to have to find out when that is for them, and you're going to have to ask if you're going to want to sell it or give it to a kid, one of your kids, if you have kids. For me, I didn't have that option, and I think the other thing is it was a complete collection.
Yeah.
So that was something that was kind of important to the university. They wouldn't have taken a half a collection, or if they really didn't want to go on the hunt for the rest of it if I'd only been part of the collection. So
yeah.
There's that too.
And so I get my final question is this: you've had Cracked Cover Site and Mad Cover Site since 1997. What's the future of the website? Like, do you have any plans for that?
Well, I have more time to work on it and do some things that were never important before to me to finish. I don't know if you were aware of this. I should share this page with you. It's just as an example.
Yeah.
Every one of the, can you see this?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just go to the issues. This is just an example of crap I'm working on. Oops. Here's a random issue. See in red there?
Yes.
Nowadays, most accounts and month-to-month need month-to-month resuscitation, Alfred E. Neuman. I have put every Alfred quote on I never had all up there before.
Oh, cool.
So they're all there.
Nice. The wit and wisdom.
Yeah. So let's go to issue number 121 as an example. Something else I'm working on is when you look at my contents. This one's going to take a lot longer. You of course know all the names of these articles by looking at this, right? Okay, yeah. Go down midway where it says the Mad Getting Married primer or primer. See that?
Mad Getting Married primer. Okay, I'm looking on my thing too. Oh yeah.
Okay, hover over that with your mouse.
Yeah. It says better dead than wed department.
There you go. So that is something I'm working on. I want to put every single department up like that, where you hover over it and the department shows up.
Yeah.
Because the puns are in those departments they're very educational for the time.
Yeah. Hey, how about this though? The Internet Archive, those bastards. You had all linked issues to there, and then they took all their issues down. Is there any? Have you been in communication with them at all? Is that okay?
No. Now, 2.5 years of work to get 416 issues online
Yeah.
on their resources. And then I linked to each one of those. And then somebody decided that was not a good thing to do.
Wait a second. So wait, all of the issues that were on the archive you had put up?
Yes.
Oh. That is such a tremendous amount of work.
Yeah. That's why it will never happen again. I should never should have done it in the first place, because I was counting on the Internet Archive to be okay with it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's sort of it's exactly what they do, though.
And the sad thing is, everything that I put up, I think is still is up there in another form from somebody else, and they have chosen not to take that one down. I don't know if that makes any sense, but see, you have your own account, basically, like anything, and so I can actually go there right now. None of those issues have been removed.
Yeah.
You just can't. Nobody can see them. They aren't able to be linked to, but they exist on that site.
Yeah. God, have you tried reaching out to them?
Yes.
All right.
Yes. They just won't. See, at the time, I think Internet Archive was going through quite a legal hassle with. It came about shortly after COVID. They were making books available from publishers. They were not acting like the library resource that they wanted to, where you can only look at one book at a time.
Yeah.
They were doing multiple books, and they got into some big trouble.
Okay.
So I think they really started looking at what was up there, and they were a little scared to have these copyright items up there.
Yeah.
And so what I have done, let me show you one more thing here. Whoops, let's see.
How many terabytes of mad stuff do you have on your computer?
Terabytes. Not as much as you might think. They're not that huge of a file.
Okay.
But can you see this?
Yeah, here, let me put it up. All right. Yep, it's on the screen.
Okay. So what I have done is all those little MAD logos. So those.
Yes.
Click MAD for sample. Like the July 4th salute. Oh, that's not going to show. Let me see. That goes to a different page. I gotta stop sharing. That went to.
Here, I can switch to my browser.
Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, this is here's like mad cliche conversation killers.
Yep.
And so if I click that,
so I'm doing that, or go back and go to the Jaffee one. That's the first one there.
All right, the 4th of July salute.
There you go.
Boom. Nice.
Okay, so I have been putting these up whenever I share something on Facebook. I'll also put it on my site.
Oh, okay.
And they're not giving me any grief about that, but that's something I am hosting.
Yeah.
It's not dependent on anybody else but me. So if anybody at DC ever had a problem with it and said, "Oh, you got to take those down," well, okay, I'll take it down. But I don't have to have Internet Archive go through their whole process of removing everything. The links.
Yeah, DC doesn't even know who owns them right now. It's like that changes every flipping week. So no, I'm sure their lawyers are like busy with other things. Doug, it's getting late. We're at like about an hour and a half. Thank you so much for coming on here. It was great. I'm so glad to be able to like talk with you about your collection. Pressure you into playing Schmuck, Marry, Kill, and giving people a chance to ask you some questions.
Well, it's been a pleasure.
And
yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, and if you are still watching Pretty Please with Sugar on Top, hit like, hit subscribe, and leave a comment down below. It is the #1 way that you can support this YouTube channel. It makes a difference, and I sure do appreciate it. I'm going to make you disappear while I do my final credits. Thank you again to you, Doug, and to everybody who has tuned in this evening. Toodaloo!